Welcome back. My name is Steven, and you're watching the Fowler Airgun channel. And today, we're going to be giving the followers and the fans what they asked for. First and foremost, I want to say big shout out to the guys over at Utah Airguns for this picture here. For if anybody cannot see this, this is Post Malone getting himself into the airgun world. Lou Ferrigno as well, that I follow, is now in airguns. This is Donald Trump Jr., now following airguns. So, it is all about the fans, it is all about the followers, it is getting people to become air rifle enthusiasts. Well, I had a follower ask me, they said, Steven, do you have a favorited backpacking gun, or a gun that you like to pest with, that you use, that you can carry around really well with you out in the field? And I said, well, of course there is. It's the Kral Np03, the 25 caliber. This is a side lever cocking, adjustable buttstock, carbine, multi-shot, 25 caliber PCP air rifle. Now, this may not be for everybody. Sure, there are better rifles out there. There's worse as well. But for me, this is what I like to use for pesting, especially out to 50 yards. It does great. So, in light of that, because everybody likes to shoot at 50 yards, we're going to shoot at 65, just to top it a little bit. And we're going to start by slinging us 5 rounds of the H&N Hornets, and then we're going to sling us 5 rounds of Predator Polymags. Now, these are 2 favorited pellets, hunting pellets. One has a brass tip, and one has a pointed polymer tip. So, we're filled up, 2900 PSI. That's 200 bar, max fill. We are at a full power, full turn on a power adjuster. Have our first pellet loaded. We have the chronograph set up, 65 yards. I also have a pine board down there that we're going to shoot for a bit of penetration. Let's just get to shooting. Alright, here we are, 65 yards. And we are going to go top left of target here. First 5 rounds are going to be the H&N Hornets. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot 4 rounds and 1 round into the pine board. That's a 754, and we have us a nice wind. It's right between like 8 and 10 miles an hour blowing from my west to my east. So we're trying to compensate a little bit for that. Hopefully that doesn't mess my groupings up. We'll see. .753. I pulled that shot, unfortunately. That's 752. .753, and for our final shot with our H&N Hornet, we're going to go ahead and pop this pine board down here. Alright. To finish off with a 749. Now moving over to the 26 grain Predator Polymags. We're gonna go dead center target. .708. .706. .708. One more for the paper, and then we'll plug that board one time. So finish off with a 711 on the paper, and the last shot for that pine board. I'm gonna try to move this guy off to the right a little bit. I don't know if you heard that on video, but it sounded like at 707 feet per second, that Predator polymag whizzed right through that pine board and hit my gong. So, to my followers, to my fans out there, thank you very much, number one. And to answer your question, this is my go-to rifle. Let's go down range and go look at some accuracy. Here, I'll tell you what, I'll jog you down range, just so there's no, he skipped a video, he did some extra shooting, anything of the sort. I want my followers to feel like you're really getting the truth here, because I'm not gonna blow smoke up your ass. You know, when it comes to me personally, pardon my language, spending $300, $1,200 on an air rifle, it's no small feat. So, you want to know what you're buying. Well, here you go, folks. We have 4 shots here. We're looking at a spread, and this is the shot that I pulled here. So, without pulling this shot, you're looking at, that may be just an inch or just under an inch, and even with that, you're looking at roughly 1.5, 2 inches there. And here's our Predator polymags, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Still a fantastic group at 65 yards. And here's our pine board. I pulled the polymag off to the right and our H&N Hornet to the right. So it's not a thick pine board, and it is OSB, but that kind of tells it all to me. It's enough penetration that if you were out shooting, squirrels, rabbits, a raccoon, shooting a coyote even, at 65 yards. Now, honestly, guys, I probably wouldn't plug a coyote at 65 yards with a 25 cal shooting at 700 feet per second. That just doesn't sit well with me. However, just about anything else is fair game, as far as small to medium game. But this is just for you, my followers, who are asking the questions out there. And again, it's all about getting that exposure out there to letting people know that, it doesn't just have to be firearms and bows and arrows and stuff. There's other things out there. There's other means of alternatives. So get out there and explore, guys, and find what works for you. Personally, I like my Kral Np03 and 25 caliber, with it being so small and compact, and it is also extremely hand pump friendly. I can pump this thing up entirely with probably 60 to 70 pumps, and it's really not anything difficult. 2900 psi is really not that bad. You can get there really quick. So for me, a great backpacking gun, great field gun, great for just walking around. And I have a sling on mine, so it's really nice and it's comfortable just to have over your back. And because it's so compact, because it's a carbine, it just works really well for me. It avoids that length. Like when I take my Texan out, sometimes that barrel might snag a branch or something and kind of just hit you with that, oh God, unexpectedness. So that does help cut that out a lot with it being a carbine. I've had this thing for right about 2 years now. Never had an issue with it. I've never had to replace the seal. I promise you that. Actually, when I very first got the rifle from the factory, I was inexperienced to some extent, and I actually overfilled and caused a little bit of valve lock. I was able to degas, and I've had absolutely no issues with this rifle whatsoever. So if you're looking for a nice backpacking gun, maybe look into the Kral Np03. Thanks for watching, guys.